Hey Jews, welcome to your Jewish awakening. So if you've been waking up to your Jewish identity more and more over the last few years, and especially since October 7th perhaps, then I've made a series of different videos trying to explain this awakening. What does it mean? You know, what's going on in our world? And what is Judaism? And especially, what does being Jewish mean to somebody who may not have any Torah understanding or any Torah knowledge? You've never learned Torah, you're not that kind of Jew. That was me. So I just want to go ahead and say, it's okay, Jew. It's okay to believe in God. That's okay now. Okay, perhaps you were skeptical all your life, and perhaps you may have even thought that the people who did believe in God were simpletons. But it's the opposite, actually, in Mishlei, in Proverbs. Shlomo Melech tells us, reading this while being on Mishlei, that a simpleton is actually somebody who has no knowledge and is therefore easily misled. Okay, so that could be you. And now if you're waking up to see that maybe everything that we thought was going on in our reality, maybe that's not what's actually going on. Okay, there's a lot of people like that waking up. 5 dimensions, that's our reality. It's 3 physical, 1 spiritual, and 1 is time. Now, ask yourself, Jew, why do you think the things you think? Meaning, where did you obtain your information on reality? Was it just through experience? You've experienced your life and therefore you've come up with this theory that it's, whatever it is, whatever you believe your purpose of life is, or what we're doing here, or what's Judaism, or what's God, or whatever you believe, how did you arrive at that? Because the Rambam tells us that we are like people wandering around in darkness. That's what this life is. That's what this world is. Olam hazeh. Which is also called Olam ha-shekel. The world of lies. That's what our information in the Torah tells us, that this world is a world of lies and it's temporary. Okay, so it has a certain amount of time. And there are end times. I'm not going to get into all of this. I'm just trying to say to you, Jew, that it's okay to believe in God. Even if you never believed in God before, it's okay to go ahead and allow yourself to feel for 1 minute that this is true. There is a God. The nation of Israel is God's nation. The Torah is real information on our reality. It's talking mostly about this spiritual reality. You need to go and learn about that. And that's where you should get your information. You should get your information and your knowledge from a trusted source. And that it is about something. You don't just come to your own conclusion about what reality is and then live your life that way. What if you're wrong? Okay, so the Rambam says that in this world, it's like everyone's just walking in darkness. And then all of a sudden, sometimes there's a flash of light that makes us wake up out of our routine, out of our habits, out of our robotic existence, and question everything. What's going on? And we should look into the answers. What happened? What does this mean? What does that mean? We shouldn't just be complacent and easily led because we have no information of our own. Okay, we shouldn't rely on untrustworthy sources for all of our information. You can see now that the media is propaganda. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so if that is what you are seeing, then I'm asking you, again, just for yourself, you need to question, where did you get your belief system? Why do you think you know what you know, and why are you living your life according to that? Because the Ramchal, in the Mesilat Yesharim, he says that really basically what we should be doing all the time is getting our information from a trusted source, which is the information that was passed down through the nation of Israel over all of this time. The smartest people in our reality have learned Torah because it is just explaining simply our existence, the creation about what life is, what's happening, what's going to happen, what's the purpose of life. And so you need to go and learn that. And that's how you live your life. By learning this information and saying, am I living up to what it's saying? Am I practicing this? Am I doing this? If yes, then you are living your life properly. Your life is meaningful in a way that is not just subjective. It's objective. There is an objective reality. Okay, so you should be looking at the information about reality and then how you're living your life in this reality and seeing how good are you doing? And are you seeing results? So it's okay to believe in God. When I became an Orthodox Jew, I lost a lot of friends. Most of my friends that I had before don't like Orthodox Jews, just like I didn't like Orthodox Jews. Didn't believe in God, didn't know anything about the Torah, but didn't like it and didn't believe in it. Okay, so that is a chance you need to be willing to take, that people who were once thought you were very, very smart, all of a sudden will think you're crazy. Or something happened, or you just couldn't take reality. So you decided just to, not just to rely on a fictional energy that's going to miraculously save everybody at the end of the day. Yeah, that's what's actually going to happen. Baruch Hashem, thank God. Okay? Because it's going to happen for the nation of Israel. There will be the redemption. And we need to know that there are certain things that cut us off from the nation of Israel. Okay, and I have I'm going to link it in my description. There's a short that I have from Rabbi Kelazan who explains that there are certain things that if a Jew does or does not do, okay, according to this way of living your life, then your soul, okay, the spiritual dimension of you in this existence, this is your body, that's physical. Driving your body like a car or riding your body like a rider on a horse, for example, is your soul. This is what's animating your body. When you go to sleep at night and you wake up again in the morning, what wakes up? Is it just your body? Okay, these are all things that we need to ask ourselves. These are the most interesting things to ask ourselves. What are you thinking about every day? Something as interesting as that? So we need to know that there are certain things that will cut your soul off from the nation of Israel. We are one unit. We are individuals, but we are also one. Okay, that's why the nation of Israel has survived over time. In every generation, they rise up to annihilate us. They can't, because it's everybody together is working together as a nation. So if some of us perish here, the rest of us live on over there. Okay, if there's a Holocaust in Europe, then in the Arab countries, there's no Holocaust. There will always be a nation of Israel. You want to be a part of that? Then you need to know what the nation of Israel knows. You have to live like the nation of Israel lives. You have to know the reason that there's a nation of Israel. And that should interest you. And that's your birthright. So I'm not a rabbi, but I listen to rabbis, I learn from rabbis, and I question everything. I want to know more, and that's the proper way to learn. You don't just read Torah and it doesn't mean anything to you. What does that mean? What does that word mean? What do the smart people in our past, like the Malbim and literally everybody, what did they think about it? There's millions of books about every possible thing you could want. Another thing is Tehillim. This is King David wrote these down for us. And there's a prayer that you can say before reciting Tehillim. And in some of this prayer, it says, Hashem has forgiven your sin, you shall not die. May you not take us from this world before our time, until the completion of our years. Among them are 70 years, in a manner that we are able to rectify anything that we have ruined. I mean, what does that mean? What does that mean? There's a certain amount of time that we have in our life, 70 years, maybe 80 years, maybe 120 years. What does that mean? Are you not curious about? So I'm saying that everything you learn, there should be more questions opening to you to understand. Okay, because there are if we're not living like a Jew in our reality, and we're not understanding what the purpose of life is for a Jew, and why Jews are expected to do so many things, pray 3 times a day, celebrate the holidays, fast on certain days, keep the Shabbat, keep kosher, all those things for a reason. Okay, so perhaps we've been seduced by other ideologies, other spiritualities, other ways. Okay, seem more fun, maybe seem more, less abstract, more real. But that's because the main thing that we need to learn as a Jew is the spiritual information that cannot be arrived at from the physical way. You can't just think your way into spirituality. Okay, that is a wisdom that is given by God to prophets. And the nation of Israel was a nation of prophets. That's the high spiritual level, where they're so close to God that they are communicating with God in a way, okay, and receiving this information, this wisdom. And then throughout history, it has had to filter through so many smart people so that we could, at the end of time, understand something, that it's deep and it's meaningful. And we should know that God created this world for kindliness, so that we will enjoy, we will be amazed at the wonder of creation, and we will ask questions, and we will want to know more, and we will thank God. We will thank God for this wisdom, and it will be beautiful. So in today's date, I mean, is that what we think is happening? Do you feel like we're living the purpose of creation? If that is what is explained to us in the Torah, that is the purpose for creation, that's what Rabbi Avigdor Miller says in his commentary on the Mesilat Yesharim from the Ramchal. Okay, so if that's not what we're experiencing, something's wrong. Absolutely something's wrong. Okay, so now we have to figure out, well, what do we do about that? I mean, you can see that something's wrong, right? So the other ideologies, okay, different. When you get away from the laws of the Torah and you go and think for yourself and listen to your own counsel and do whatever you want to do, okay, you get whatever you're going to get. No longer are you under the protection of the shelter of the Most High, of God, who says in every tailing pretty much that if just today you would turn around and recognize him, if just whatever day that is that you do that, that is the day that there will be the redemption, either your personal redemption or the nation of Israel's redemption, which is what we want. We want a kingdom of David. If we don't have a kingdom of David in the land of Israel, something is wrong. If there is a nation of Israel in the land of Israel and not with the Torah laws, something is wrong. Okay, and we need to fix that. We have the information to fix that. So now a lot of Israelis are waking up after October 7th, okay, and they're disillusioned with the state, with the IDF, all those things that are happening, aware now of the New World Order, okay, Agenda 2030, and, they're like, what are we going to do? But in reality, this is what the rabbis have been talking about from the very beginning of the state of Israel, that Zionism is the enemy of the nation of Israel. Zionism is the brainchild of the Erev Rav, which are a group of people that are able to hypnotize us into some sort of matrix of their own there, to look at reality a certain different way and to trust in other things and not God. Okay, so what we want in the land of Israel is a kingdom of David, so that we will have the temple. That's what the nation of Israel wants. We want the temple. So we've been here for 75 plus years, however many years, with the state of Israel. And you can see it's going in a different direction. That's not what the nation of Israel wants. Okay? So again, like I said, I'm going to link a short on in my description from Rabbi Kalazan, who's explaining a KARET. A KARET is when your soul gets cut off from the nation of Israel. Okay? There's only so many things that you can do that are against what the nation of Israel is all about before your soul just gets cut off, because you're doing damage to the actual nation at this point. Okay? It's not like you live your life, I'll live my life, and don't worry about me, and I'm not going to worry about you. In the end, I guess we'll all find out what happens. No. You're a part of the nation of Israel, and you have not only a responsibility, but like this is actually an honor. But that's okay that if we don't see it right now, because it's because of this exile that we've been in since the destruction of the Second Temple, where we have a sort of like inferiority complex as a group of people, okay? And we have a lot of generational trauma and whatnot. So we don't understand perhaps what it really means to be a Jew and how amazing that is, how good that is, Baruch Hashem, what a privilege that is. Okay? So it's okay to believe in God. It's right to believe in God. It is the right thing. You might go through cognitive dissonance, but we've all gone through cognitive dissonance. And there's, like I said, friends that I've had for many, many years. Just because I became an Orthodox Jew, they don't talk to me anymore. For a while, even my relationship with my family was a little bit strained. And maybe it is even still a little bit, because they don't understand why I have to go so far. Why do I have to, but because there is only one way to be a part of the nation of Israel, and that's to be a part of the nation of Israel. That's to live like a Jew in our reality, to learn Torah, to keep Torah. And like I was saying, so there's so many things, like even just in the prayers, and when you're praying with a siddur and you're saying these words, well, what does that mean? What does it mean when it says, to help fix all the letters of your holy name that I damaged? What? I mean, we should be investigating what that means. So if it's possible that through not living like a Jew in our reality, we have damaged the holy name, and that's a problem, then we need to fix it. How do we fix that? What are we even talking about? And that's what we need to do as a Jew, is to understand that there is a lot of information, and according to this information, we should be living our life, and then being introspective of our life and seeing if this is the direction that we're going. Is that how I'm living my life? If this is the reason for the world, for kindliness, so that in everything you do, you'll praise God, is that how you're living your life? Is that what you're seeing in your world? So anyway, so I'm just saying that there's so many things that when you're learning, that you'll have questions, and you should go and answer those questions for yourself. But the first and foremost question that you should ask yourself is, how did I arrive at the way I'm living my life? I mean, did I even think about it, or did I just fall into this way of life that I'm living and never even examined it? And some of these examinations are difficult. You may have to stop everything you're doing because it's against the Torah. That's not how a Jew should live. And many, many people have done that. Many, many people have done that. So, like I said, I mean, sometimes it's weird when you have not believed in God to really believe in God. And at the beginning, even I was like, are you sure? Like, I kept asking religious people, like, but are you sure there's a God? Like, how do you know that this information is real? And how can you trust the rabbis? But I mean, and that's when the world didn't even look like it does right now. Okay, and the only way to explain everything that's happening in our world is to know that God is controlling everything. At the end of the day, God is controlling everything. And he made this world, he created it for kindliness. Okay? But you want to be connected to the nation of Israel. You want your soul to be connected. So please go and learn what a KARET is.